Red Sox fans have longed to hear it. The Boston Red Sox are world champions. This is going to be a tough play. The Cubs with the World Series. Makes the play. It's over. And the Cubs have finally won it all. 8-7.
Woo! Welcome to the best damn sports podcast on the planet. This is Triple Shot Sports. I am your host, Brandon Combs. Guys, I am pumped. The boys from Twist are here. Reeves and Benz have got me fired up before the show. I'm over here yelling at them, cussing, getting everything going, getting ready for the show tonight. And these guys are driving me absolutely up a wall. So I can't wait to bring these guys on and talk some crap to them. Benz's power rankings are as horrible as ever. So brace yourselves before we get to them. But before we get to all that, we have hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. We are going to get our 3 winners of our giveaway tonight, and we will get those here in the second hour, so definitely stay tuned for that. And now let's welcome Jay to the show. Jay, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Daddy Combs? How we doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. Look, hey, we went one day without you. We went from 60 subscribers to 100 subscribers. I don't know what happened there, man.
Well, you know what happened is everybody missed me, so they had to subscribe so they could get more of me.
That's what it was. All right.
Exactly.
Hey, Hoffy, what do you feel about that? You think that's what happened?
What's up, you ugly fucks? Here comes a good-looking redhead.
Please, you look like a freaking albino mice that you get from the pet store, man. If you had red eyes, you would really be an albino mouse.
Says the headless fucking horseman right there with the black T-shirt blending in. God, you look like a clown.
Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's get this show started.
Looking motherfucker over here. Looks
Bring
like you
in the real
painted
stars.
Ronald McDonald shit all over your face. What's going on?
I did.
There?
It's crayon.
Hey.
My kids.
No ginger on ginger crime.
Oh, all right. All right, guys. So we got a lot of stuff going on in football. Crazy shit going on. So without further ado, let's bring the boys from Twist on. Benzie, what is going on? Repping them 1-5 Vikings. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, bro. What's up, boys?
I'm actually surprised they're not in your power rankings.
Oh, I decided to show up today. I wanted to get Combs going, and I think that's exactly what we'll do. I hope you took your sugar pills, Combs, and make sure your blood pressure stays down during this, because I'd hate to see you have a stroke during your own show.
Well, I mean, you got the Bears ranked like the fifth best team in the NFC North, and there's only 4 teams there, so there's all sorts of shit that's going to go wrong with that.
That's
impressive. But let's bring your buddy in here. Reeves, what's going on?
Yeah.
Got my boy Benz, the 2 gingerbread cookies, and the Guido. What up, fellas?
Yeah, let's get it.
What's up, Michelle? What's up, Michelle? Twist!
This looks like a show of gator
shit.
hunters mixed with Jersey Shore and American Pickers. That's what this looks
is one
like right
fucked
now.
up MTV show, I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
for
real
real,
world.
right?
This is the real
Oh,
world.
man.
This is definitely the real
About
world,
to
guys.
get real.
Yeah.
Speaking of the real world,
That
freaking,
real.
what the hell is going on in Miami? They're second place in the AFC East. Fitzpatrick has 1,535 yards passing, 12 touchdowns in 6 games, and they say, sit down, we're going to Tua.
Yep.
3 words.
What?
Time
Why?
for Tua.
Why,
That's
though?
their
Why?
boy.
Why right now?
He's going to
Because
go
they
from
realized-
tuna to a tuna sandwich.
I think they just realize what's going on in the AFC, and they realize that there is no chance for the Dolphins making a run this year. Why not give Tua some reps? He is their future. He is their franchise. And Fitzmagic could care less, really.
You're a game back of the division lead. It's not like you're getting
But they
destroyed.
understand football, and they realize they're not making a run for the money. It ain't happening this year.
Yeah. I don't know. Reeves, is this the move that you would pull off too?
100%. Mostly
So
because
you
he's
like
in my
this as a
dynasty.
Dolphins fan?
Well, they got to see what they got in him. You know,
Yep.
you might as well do it now and see if that injury can hold up, because they're going to have 2 early first-round picks, and if for some reason there's a devastating injury to him, they got to see. They got to see now. You drafted him to be the future. There's other rookies out there playing their asses off right now, and Tua is supposed to be better than all of them. So throw him to the Wolves and let's see what he can do. I'm excited. Let's go.
Yeah, you give him a bye week to really get prepared to get his face ripped off by Aaron Donald and really just see what can happen. You know, I mean,
That's
why not?
probably why Fitzpatrick doesn't care. He's like, Aaron Donald's coming to town.
Right.
That Rams defense. Like,
Yeah.
maybe
I'd sit
it is
down,
time for
too.
Tua. Maybe you guys are right.
Love it.
I'd take a break if I was him.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a beautiful thing.
Jay, you're an AFC East guy over there with the Patriots, so I know you probably love seeing this because that means that you guys are about to come up and maybe take over for second place in that division. But
That's all that means at this point. I mean, Tua time is just, it's just time for us to advance up the leaderboard here and get that number one spot back,
you got to stop
get out
dropping
your
games to the
camcorders.
Broncos.
Hey, let's talk some realism here.
Listen, buddy, listen.
All right, I'm listening. That's what I'm telling you. Settle down.
It's over.
Hey, Hoffy's a Patriots fan too. He has no faith. He was talking about that on Sunday.
I got no faith in their draft picks.
No, not at all.
Nick Casario can go to the Texans anytime he wants.
N'Keal Harry, bro. We took N'Keal Harry when DK Metcalf was sitting right
How about
there. For
Oh,
Debo
don't do
Samuel.
it to yourself, Jay. Don't do it to yourself.
And I was
Coulda,
sitting there on
shoulda,
draft
woulda.
night.
Jay,
Right, I know.
you took
But I'm sitting
N'Keal
there on
Harry when you
draft
could
night.
have had DK Metcalf. The
We also
Bears
took Tony
took
Michel
Mitch
over Chubb.
Trubisky when they could have had
Yeah,
Pat
yeah.
Mahomes.
There
I'm
it
just
is.
saying, you gotta talk about your point in the draft. That was
Yeah.
my point in the draft. We win
Yeah.
Super Bowl, so we pick at the end.
Christian Ponder, Laquan Treadwell. The list goes on, boys. All right. So take those championships that you just won, Jay, through all these dynasty years, and go cuddle up with a good blanket and just be grateful. Because
Yeah,
there's
he's better than I
franchises
am.
like ours that just
Extensions to Kirk Cousins.
break your hearts on a yearly basis, multiple
It's true.
times, and you still
not
put on
only-
the purple and gold.
Benzie's
And not
way
only
nicer
that-
than I am. Jay, go fuck yourself.
And not
Yeah.
only that, you guys just traded Stephon Diggs, one of the best wide receivers in the league.
Dude, we got,
we got
Jefferson.
Justin
Are you
Jefferson with his
have you
draft
been
pick.
watching?
Oh, I'm
man.
sorry. How many years has he been in the league?
Are you
He's got
seeing him
more-
on the
he's got
leaderboard
more
right now?
yards
I mean,
than
I
all
see
the
what he's
Patriots
doing. I
receivers
see what he's
combined.
doing, but Stephon
He's got
Diggs
more
is
yards than
show
he's got
and
more
prove.
yards than Diggs does right now.
All right, Stephon Diggs. Did you see during
Minnesota
the Bills?
Miracle.
Hold on, Jay. Did you see
Minnesota
during
Miracle.
the Bills game? During the Bills game, where Stephon Diggs
Yeah,
gets
where
a
he just started
penalty
walking away.
because he just walks off. Like
Right, yeah, I saw that. I
that's
was like,
why
what the
he's
hell
not
is
on
he
the
doing?
Vikings.
I was like,
Zimmer
what the hell is
should
he
have
doing? Shouldn't he be running to the play? I mean, it is
No,
like a minute
Stephon
and
does
20
what
seconds.
Stephon wants
Yeah,
to
he
do.
does what he wants.
You,
Yeah.
He,
remember
he forgot
Theo?
he was playing football in that moment right there.
Diva.
Right, right.
He was. All right, so not
Oh,
only do we
God.
have the stuff going on in Miami, but
Yeah.
how bad are the Dallas Cowboys right now?
Oh my God, they are atrocious. And I said this 2 weeks ago, and the Buck got on here and
The
told
Buck?
me that I did not know what I was talking about. Sat here and told me I blatantly did not know what I was talking about. So wherever the Buck is, he should chime in right now because
Oh, Hoffy. Is that a Viking? Soup Boss!
Soup Boss.
What is
We
going
ain't
on,
hiding.
buddy?
We ain't hiding.
Yeah, we ain't hiding like you. Where's you and your luscious beard at?
Yeah, bring it on.
Hey, Soup Boss, man.
Hey, Michelle.
We miss you, buddy.
She's saying hi
Hey,
to everybody
Reeves.
but you.
Hey, why is my girlfriend flirting with you right now, Reeves?
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know.
She's talking to
Relax,
all the guys
man.
except for
That's
you.
a you problem.
Give her a twist.
Miami was uncomfortable with winning. It's foreign.
Oh,
True
yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, here we go. Nice hoodies. Thanks, Reed. Thanks, Bauman. Appreciate you actually watching.
Yeah, how about
Hey,
a fucking
hey.
thanks for moving me in, you asshole.
Hey,
Talking
hey, thanks,
shit.
for thanks for those two guys for doing the entire move.
Hey, you guys have to forgive Greg Bauman. He is still kind of lubing up his butt area from the ass whooping that he took this weekend against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. and he's still reeling and trying to figure all that out. So
Reason
he's
it out.
talking shit, but as he's talking shit, he's putting like icy hot near his butthole and everything. Like he's doing all sorts of shit to get the pain to go away.
I think when his butt gets hurt like that, all he has to do is think about how he has Aaron Rodgers and look at all of the other quarterbacks, minus Stafford with the horrible Lions team. But what do you got? Cousins and Nick Foles? Come on.
Are you fucking sticking up for him?
Greg Bauman in the Packers right
I am.
now. You know what they're doing? They're looking up at Nick Foles and the Bears.
Oh my God.
It's the truth, is it not?
True story.
If you
True
haven't
story.
seen it, Benz, because I know you're married now, you don't get to watch a whole lot of football on Sundays. You have to do crafts and shit now. So what you do is you just go to ESPN and look
Yeah,
at
I
the
saw the
standings, buddy.
standings. Yep. I
Yeah.
saw it.
Combs, don't you have Fitzmagic in Chicago by the end of this week too?
Look, I said I would.
Fifth.
Or
If
is that
I'm the
just,
Ba-
is that just Madden 20?
If I'm the Bears, what I would do is
It
I
wouldn't
would
even
try
go
to
through in Madden.
put together a package to trade for Ryan Fitzpatrick
Yeah.
and bring him to Chicago. I absolutely would.
Don't
And
blame
Hoffy,
you.
you can talk shit all you
I-
want, but I'll throw up the screenshot where you said I agree. Yeah.
I don't think.
How about that?
I don't
Keep talking
think
shit.
that's that much of an upgrade. though, honestly.
stupid enough to go with it? Just because I said I agree, I'd go for try and trade for him doesn't mean they're going to
Hey,
go with it.
why not? There's a couple of teams that should try and go and trade for Fitzpatrick, not just the Bears, but
Maybe they'll take Foles if you want to pay their contract, but they're not going to take on those contracts. That's just
all right.
stupid.
So back to the Cowboys. The Cowboys, like 86 points off of turnovers is what they've given up this year. They're the only team that has done it more than once that have given up back-to-back turnovers on possessions. Like,
Where's the bug?
and they've done it 3 times. No other team has done it more than once. I mean, they are playing some really sloppy ball, and they've been missing Dak Prescott for a week and a half, and he's still the league leader in passing. Like, it is abysmal right now in Dallas.
It was
Any
funny.
chance-
Last night they kept talking about, the Cowboys had the best, signing in the offseason with Andy Dalton because if something did happen to Dak, that they wouldn't miss a beat. And I thought that was probably the most preposterous statement I've ever heard in my life. The second one was when they said he's auditioning for the second half of his career. It's like, what do you mean? He's got 2 years left and he's horrible. Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't any good, which is why he wasn't a starter in the NFL. So to think that you're going to not skip a beat from Dak Prescott to some gingerbread house, no offense, Diddy and Hoffy, but
take it easy on my cousin.
yeah.
Asshole.
I mean, it's just
It was a bad
now.
signing. I said it at the time that they signed it. There's no way that you're getting. You watched this guy in Cincinnati and said, you know what? If Dak goes down, this is the guy that can save our season. If that's what you saw, you need to fire yourself because you're about at that point. You're about as good as the scouts that said Trubisky's our guy over Watson and Mahomes.
Yep.
Because you just don't know the game. You don't know what you're watching at that point. And look, the Cowboys need to get back to Dak needs to run the ball 50 times a game. Or I'm sorry, Zeke. Zeke needs to run the ball 50 times a game.
And fumble
No, he
what?
can't pass.
15?
if he can hold
Yeah.
the ball.
Exactly.
Look, they're stacking the box on him right now because that's all you. Right now, you stack the box and you take out Zeke and you force Andy Dalton to beat you. Is what
Right.
you do. But if you're the
Yeah.
Cowboys, that's your only option though. Is Zeke. Keep
But
giving the ball to Zeke.
The Cowboys are beating themselves everywhere because of the fact that Zeke can't hold the ball. You have Dalton throwing 54 times a game, and he's throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. I mean, he's just
But that's what Andy Dalton is. You already knew he was going to throw more interceptions than touchdowns.
We all know that's what Andy Dalton is, but I mean, and like you were saying, I mean, that wasn't the greatest signing, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, what can you really do about a backup quarterback? Like, this guy isn't really supposed to be.
I mean,
your
Cam
savior.
Newton was available.
Oh yeah, he was. He definitely was.
mean,
and I would
Cam not
have.
as a backup.
Cam wasn't going anywhere.
Not
to be
as
a
a
Yeah,
backup.
not to be a
backup.
backup though. Yeah, yeah.
No way.
Not to be a backup. That's for sure.
God no.
Big
I would have
Zeke.
signed him. I would have signed him if he would have came as a backup, but he was going nowhere to be a backup. That's a fact.
Well, New England initially signed him as a backup. They gave him backup pay and everything.
Okay, did he?
No.
All they said was, "Is he's going to compete for the job?" They never said.
No, they
he's gonna
paid
be the
him.
backup.
They paid him as a black quarterback, Combs. That's exactly what they did.
Whoa.
Let's be real. Come on.
All right. I think that's a. I don't know about that one because he's a former MVP, but he's a former MVP that has what a 56%
Riddled with
completion
injuries.
percentage in his career.
Riddled
Injured
with
all the
injuries,
time.
past his
Shoulder.
peak. What do you want to
Yeah.
know?
I don't know
I
if he's
mean-
past his peak. Riddled with injuries,
He's
yes,
past his
correct.
peak.
And he just came off an injury, so it's
That
like how
Cam
much
Newton, that Cam
how much-
Newton that you saw, he didn't come off an injury. He came off of COVID.
No, not there. I was saying the year before the Patriots signed him.
Yeah,
not,
but
not what we saw last week.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I get
what you
you're saying.
saw against Denver is the Cam Newton that you're going to see the rest of the year. What you
Oh
saw
my
in the first
goodness.
couple of weeks was the aberration. For
But
sure.
that's not
You
Cam's
gotta be
fault if that's
kidding
what
me.
you see. That's the freaking
You gotta
offensive
be
line.
kidding me, bro.
You obviously didn't see that game. Not
That's
once
the
did
Cam Newton
have more
that
than
you've
half
seen
a
his
second to
entire
throw the ball.
career. Is the Cam Newton that showed up against Denver?
He's hiking
Are
the
you
ball,
serious?
and there's
Have
someone
you-
in his
have you
face
watched-
immediately.
Have you watched Cam's
There's no
career?
receivers.
Like, literally?
Yeah, I've watched Cam's career.
Get him.
What's he
Oh
done?
my god, bro!
What's he done in his career?
Besides the fact that he's a former NFL MVP,
Okay,
Led his
so he
team
had
to
one
a
good
Super
year and they
Bowl.
went to the Super Bowl.
led his team to
Okay.
a Super Bowl and a 15-1 record.
So did Nick Foles.
Look what he did with that Carolina
He
offense
didn't
every
lead his
single year, year in and
lead
year
his
out.
team
He
to
didn't
a
have
15-1
shit.
record.
National champ?
Look,
Yeah.
National
Cam Newton,
champ, number
Cam
one
Newton
pick.
is probably one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the history of the NFL.
You know who's
You're
not
talking about this
overrated?
man-
Shit, no.
True.
You're
Trubisky.
talking about this man like he's Jamarcus Russell right
Benz,
now.
Benz,
What?
I know you want to say something. What do you want to say here? Talk to me about Cam Newton.
He's a winning quarterback. 70 wins, 57 losses. Run it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
Better
winning
than
quarterback in the
spit 'em.
NFL. Why not? He
And a lot of those
was
teams-
electric when he could use his feet. You don't see that now. You got a lot of teams
So-
in the NFL right now
Yeah,
that are
you
dealing
don't,
with
you don't
crappy
see it when
offensive
he's
line.
running for 70 yards a game.
No,
there.
Yeah.
not happening.
Yeah,
so,
he is.
So
though.
am I right that the Cam Newton that we had versus
Look
Denver
at the Seahawks.
the other
They put
day
up 30-plus.
is more the norm that you're going to see the rest of maybe not the exact
No.
norm, but probably closer to the norm than it was the first 2 weeks when they were 2-0?
I'm
No,
telling
I
you
think
right now.
you'll see better. You know why you'll see a better Cam Newton is because they got Belichick. That's exactly why you're going to see a better Cam Newton. They're going to
Yeah.
scheme more to what is going on with Cam week in and week out. That's the one
His
thing with
entire
Belichick.
career, though, what's
He's-
been the one thing going against Cam Newton is the fact that he's a head case, correct? Once
But
you
he
start
hasn't been in New
losing,
England.
he
No,
can't pick it
not
back
at
up.
all.
He's not the guy that can take over and say, "Hey, I'm the leader. Let's go." He's the
Well,
guy
he-
that needs somebody else to take over and be like, "Hey, let's get going."
Look at
He's
the
not that guy.
Seahawks game. He brought them back, and they had no business being back into that Seahawks game, and he almost
Right.
won the game. He got stopped on the 1 yard line. So no, they had one. He's had one practice in the past 2-3 weeks. I mean, yeah, their offense is struggling. Their offensive line is shit. Their receivers need to step up. Edelman needs to stop dropping the ball. But when you can game plan for Edelman with your two cornerbacks, you can, and a safety over the top and such, and then you shut down White and Burkhead because that's all they got. It's really not hard to shut down that
You've got no
offense.
weapons for Cam Newton.
They
and Cam
really-
Newton's got to do it by
And
himself.
that's not
and he
Cam's
can't.
fault.
They,
Well,
They
right.
really
That's what I'm
has
saying.
been.
That's why this is going to be more the norm than the first 2 weeks, is because he's got nothing to go with him.
All
They're
right,
gonna
boys.
be
they're
First
not
and
going to stand.
foremost.
They're not going to stand pat at the trade deadline. They're going to go out and get something. They're going to go
First
out
and
and get
foremost.
Cam some help. I
How
mean,
about it,
What's up,
Benz?
Benzie?
the rumors that have been going around is
I'll let you
Will
go, Jason.
Fuller, possibly AJ Green. They're not going to stand pat and just not give Cam any weapons. They're
Sure.
not going to do it. Belichick is
Okay.
not that stupid. He wouldn't just stand there and be like, "Oh, this is the best we have right here.
I think-
We're just going to
But
run it."
Jay, why not get a better draft pick?
But
why
and
not
that's
get a
not
better
the
draft
At the
pick
same
this
time, if
year?
you're-
Get a better draft
I hear
pick
what you're
this
saying.
year, and then realize that you've got a lot of guys that opted out this year, a lot of key guys on both sides of the ball. You bring
True,
those guys
true.
in next year, you got a better draft pick, and you move on. It's not
But-
if you're going to have a bad year, do it during 2020, man, because it's 2020. So fuck it.
I hear that. I hear that. But Belichick is not going to do that.
Sure.
He's interested in winning every single year because he's running for he wants to be number one.
No, I get that.
He wants to take what's his face there? Miami's old coach there.
Flores
in the 80s. No, in the 80s.
Shula.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yes, he wants to take Shula's spot. He wants that spot. Trust me. So he's going to do whatever he needs to do to go out and win every single year. He's not just going to be like, oh, he's not going to just be like, oh, I'm just going to lose. And
is that why he trades his draft picks every year?
What's that?
Trades his first round draft pick every year for 3/3?
Because he trades out for players that he thinks are better that are in the first round.
Let's get back to the comments here.
You can't deny that Belichick is a mastermind.
Oh, Belichick's probably the second greatest coach of all time in the NFL.
All right, yeah.
Second.
I'm going to tell you guys right now,
the Patriots rename that trophy.
The Patriots are not in my power rankings. I'm going to let you guys know that right now. I'll just get it out the door.
All right.
I'm sorry, Jay Hoff.
So let's get back to the comments real quick.
Oh, they're not down
there.
We've got Jeremy Wilder here with the first pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. The Vikings pick Trevor Lawrence.
Well, hey, Jeremy, thanks for tuning in on YouTube. We will not have the first pick. We're not as bad as the Jets or the Giants. Looks like the Buck is watching. Trevor will not be a bust, Buck. The Cowboys stuck.
Trevor will be a bust.
Fuck you, Buck.
Cowboys defense couldn't stop a rolling turd. Signing Andy was a huge mistake. Cowboys won't win another Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is running the show. Just my 2 cents.
Hold on now. So you said Trevor
Take
will
your
be
2 pennies back.
Yeah.
Trevor will be a bust. What makes you think that Trevor will be a bust?
Because I feel like Trevor Lawrence is one of those college quarterbacks. I see a lot more of Ryan, and I've said this before, I see a lot more Ryan Leaf and Trevor Lawrence than I do Peyton Manning.
Oh my God.
Absolutely. I'm just
he
saying.
Also thinks Jalen Hurts is a superstar.
Bro.
No, not at all.
Trevor Lawrence is a freak of nature.
He's a
freak of nature.
Right now,
if you were sculpting a quarterback to be your franchise quarterback, you would build Trevor Lawrence.
This guy here he is.
No.
What?
Not at all.
How would you sculpt him?
I would sculpt him like Patrick Mahomes.
No. Maybe his arm.
Yeah, his arm.
All right. I'm just telling you guys.
We'll see. Cam Newton's
only time will tell who's right about that. I
could understand if he was like a guy like Johnny Manziel or Baker Mayfield, where the guys get in just because.
So because he's a likable guy, he's going to be a great.
No, because he is a freaking. He's a prototype quarterback in today's NFL. What do you mean? He throws a rope. He's agile. He has every tool you would want in a quarterback, including things you can't teach, like height, strength.
6'6".
Are you kidding me?
Cannon of an arm.
What do you want?
Beautiful hair.
No, do you think Ryan Leaf could grow blonde hair as luscious and beautiful as Trevor Lawrence?
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely not.
It's beautiful.
Did you never watch Remember the Titans? Do you not remember?
Mike Bunkeister says you would build Dak Prescott.
This is the same guy that tried to tell me that the Cowboys were good.
Yeah.
Mike Reeves says, great point, Reeves.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
All right, let's get into these power rankings, dude. Holy fuck.
All right. Let's get into these power rankings because Benzie, I am telling you, Mike says he's a prototype bust.
Oh, my God.
All right. Hey, I don't even want to hear it. We're about to hear some oh my gods here.
Not
so let's
even.
Get into your power rankings.
You just took the cake by saying Trevor Lawrence is going to be a bust.
Yeah,
oh my God, I can't wait. Let's get into the power rankings. Can I go?
All
Can
right.
I start?
We're going to go 10-6, and yeah, sure, you can start. There's going to be a whole lot of yelling coming up, so go ahead.
Perfectly fine. Do you want me to stop each pick so you can kind of get your banter in, or what?
We'll just go with it because when I start yelling, I'll just start yelling.
At number 10, I got the shittiest 5-1 team in the history of the NFL, the Chicago Bears.
You are out of your fucking mind, guy.
All right, so let's hear why now, Combs. I want to hear it.
How are they the shittiest 5-1 team you've ever seen in your entire life?
I can tell you right now. Okay. So now they are 27th out of the 32 teams in the NFL in scoring points per game. They average 21 points per game in offense.
Correct.
They are 28th in the league in rushing and 23rd in passing, and they have beat the Lions, shit team, the Falcons, shit team, the Giants, shit team, the Panthers, shit team, let's be honest. Teddy Two-Tone ain't shit.
And no CMC.
And you beat the Bucks by a point. I'll give you that one. The reason why you're in my power rankings after all of those shitty-ass stats that I just said was because you have great defense. Great defense. Okay?
Right. And what have the Bears been built on their entire organization?
This is not old school.
This is an 86, buddy.
It doesn't matter, but it's working. It's working, and it's worked for the Bears year after year after year. It's worked for the Bears. The last time the Bears went to the Super Bowl, who was their quarterback? Rex Grossman.
When was the last time it worked to get
Rex Grossman took them to a Super Bowl in 2005.
Oh my God.
Correct?
And he got smacked.
He did not get smacked. They had the lead at halftime, and then we stopped blitzing Peyton Manning.
So you're telling me that today's Nick Foles is Rex Grossman?
They also
whatever it is, the Bears have enough to win on their defense, and Foles does enough to help them win, and their defense does enough to stop the other team from scoring to keep winning. They're going to beat the Rams on Monday. I guarantee you, they're going to beat the Rams something like 20-13, 20-17. Watch.
I'm telling you right now, this is where you better cherish it because they're on the power rankings. Because after they lose to the Rams, and then they lose to the Saints, and then they lose to the Titans, I don't want to hear it. 3 straight losses.
Schedule?
I don't want to hear
it. All right, and if they win 2 out of those next 3, I want you to come on the show and tell me that the Bears are in your top 5.
If I go arm wrestle a midget and a girl and a frog, and I beat all those 3. Does that mean I'm good at arm wrestling? Who is that the hell up, Diddy? Strength of schedule. You beat a bunch of chumps. 5-1.
And now we're about to get in the meat of our schedule. And now we're about to get in the meat of it.
Correct. And now is when the truth
comes
out.
But what do we say in the NFL? Beat who's in front of you, correct? Beat who's on your schedule. Win the games you're supposed to win, and that's what they're doing. They're winning the games they're supposed to win. What did you tell me, Benz, 2 weeks ago? I said, why do you have the Saints ahead of the Bears? You said, because right now, the undefeated Bears would lose to the Saints. All right. Well, you put the Bucks and the Bears on the Saints, and what happened?
The Bucks and the Bears, you mean?
Yeah. The Bucks and the Bears went on the field. What happened?
Yep.
Who won?
Prove his own point.
The Bears won by 1.
Okay. So the Bears won. Who's got a better record right now? The Bears, the Bucks, the Saints? Who's got a better record?
Who has played a better schedule?
It doesn't matter. Beat the teams that are in front of you.
What do you mean it doesn't matter, Combs? How
beat
doesn't
the teams
that
that are on your schedule. Beat the teams on your schedule.
I understand that. Beat the teams on your schedule. You said it 17 times.
I'm going to say it again. Beat the teams on your schedule.
Strength of schedule has completely everything to do with where a team is at on the power rankings. What do you mean? If a team has 17 wins and they played the Jets 17 times, are they a good football team? No, they're not a good football team. Okay. You can't, when it comes down to stats, you can't beat the stats, Combs.
Okay.
21 points per game is not going to get you, maybe, it won't even get you a playoff win this year. You know that.
You're not even getting the playoffs.
You will make the playoffs with 9 wins this year. Okay,
but they're going to be 11-5 or 12-4. The Bears.
Come on,
5-4, 5-4 after this little sprint.
Watch and see.
Right.
I'm telling you.
I'm going down.
Number 9.
The Saints. They were on a bye. Had them there. Lock them in.
Fuck.
Love the Saints. Love them at number 9.
Yep. 3-2 Saints. Got a 3-win team.
They shouldn't even be in the top 10.
Just how they're coming together as a squad. Yep. Strength of schedule. Love it.
All right, number 8.
Number 8, I have the Bills at 4-2. They lost to the Chiefs yesterday, 26-17. They play the godforsaken Jets on Sunday. That's an automatic win.
Okay. Who's your 7?
Crickets.
Hey,
at number 7. At number 7,
I'm not going to argue with all of them.
I have the Bucks.
Oh, okay.
7.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Bucks just did what on Sunday?
Beat the Pack.
They won.
They didn't just beat the Pack. They dominated the Pack. They
Right.
destroyed the Packers.
They beat the Pack, Holmes. Yeah.
Their defense beat the Pack. Their offense wasn't very spectacular.
Correct.
Okay.
No.
Not that
All
they
right,
needed to be.
So number 6.
At number 6, I have the Ravens.
Okay. All right. So you're telling me so these are weekly power rankings. So the Bucks destroyed the Packers, the Bears beat the Bucks, but the Packers are ahead of all of them. Okay, cool.
Correct. Yeah.
Hey,
The Packers were number 1 in my power rankings last week. Just because they lose to a good team in the Bucks doesn't mean they fall off the fucking power rankings, Combs.
Hey Reeves,
Like,
can
what
we
do
hear
you
some
think-
common sense, please?
What do you think power rankings are?
I do want to test this thing. Twist. Twist.
Wow, that was good.
That was good. I didn't know I had an echo on there. I don't know if you're going to like mine better than his, Diddy. So I don't know. Let's see. Coming in at number 10 is the team that's going to beat the Bears next week, the Los Angeles Rams at 4-2.
Yes, sir.
My number 9, another 4-2 team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The one thing that, I thought about talking about this on Twist this Saturday is I honestly think the Bucs are better off with Jameis this year. Tom Brady is not getting that offense, going. They have so many weapons, and luckily their defense has improved, so much from last year to this year. Tom Brady's just
How are they so
horrible.
low after what they just did to Green Bay? I don't understand.
Because
that.
the team's ahead of them. How is that low? There's 32 teams. I have them at number 9.
I just think it's low out of the
And
top
they have
10
2
for sure.
losses.
Okay. Go ahead. Who's number 8?
To the Saints, who suck. Remember Combs?
No, the Saints aren't going to be in Reeves' top 10 because Reeves isn't crazy. Who's at number 8?
But still.
No,
Shut
the
your
Saints
mouth.
are not in. 3 wins isn't good enough to make the top 10. Number 8, the Arizona Cardinals.
Wow.
Big win last night. I know it was over Arizona, where my boy is undefeated in the state of Texas. He's fun to watch, man. Pat
He
Mahomes.
is.
When you watch Pat Mahomes run around, like, that dude is the biggest geek in the whole world. He just frolics on the field and, like, oh man, it's fun. But yeah, I like the Cardinals. They finally got the run game going, which is what they need to be successful this season. And for getting 162 yards out of Kenyon Drake, who's basically been a bust all year, and I get it. Dallas sucks, and their defense isn't very good. But sometimes you just need to see it happen. You need to just put up 38 points with completing 9 passes and still winning a game. I mean, it was impressive on all counts, though. Arizona is my number 8. My number 7 is the Buffalo Bills. I was actually really let down a couple weeks ago when we didn't do the show. I thought they were going to take that game. They've lost a couple good games to good teams, and Josh Allen's really taken, a couple steps back in those games, but I'm still high on them. They still have a really good defense. Zach Moss is finally healthy. They're going to start mixing him in, and they're still a good football team. So 4-2 at my number 7. At my number 6, the Green Bay Packers. So they did fall back quite a bit. Again, I like the teams, when we get to my top 5, it's a strong top 5, and
God,
that was
I really hope the Bears are in your top 5.
no, the Bears aren't. They're the worst 5-1 team in NFL history. I don't know. You were talking shit to Ben's like, well, I know you're married now, and you just go to ESPN.com. Diddy, why don't you follow your own advice? Why don't you go to ESPN.com and see where ESPN has the Bears, because they ain't in the top 10 either, homeboy.
If I wanted advice
They
from
suck.
the ESPN, I would watch freaking Stephen A. and Max Kellerman, but they suck too.
Yeah.
You guys are out of your damn minds.
Yeah, you
Out
can
of your
check out
damn
Nick
minds
Wright.
to not
He's
have the
pretty
Bears
cool.
in the top 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
my
they're
God.
because strength of
Oh,
schedule.
nope.
Great job
Actually, you
being
know what?
5-1.
I'm happy. Hey, keep them there. Keep them there.
Is
Let
that
the
a
Bears
participation
do their
trophy
thing.
back there?
Keep underestimating them and let them do their thing.
They're about to
It
lose
is what
3
it is.
games
I'm
in a row.
not even mad anymore. Go ahead, Benz. Your top 5.
ESPN has the Bears at actually 11. So
not right outside of the top. I have the Colts at 11.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
So
at number 5, I have the Titans 5-0. At number 4, I have
Are you finally? Hold on. You're finally giving Tennessee some credit here.
I'm giving Derrick Henry some credit. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Chip Cannon.
Who is this guy?
Get off the show. Stop watching.
I love him.
Chip's right.
1-6 in their next 7. Are you out of your mind?
Sportstalk.com. Chip.
Yeah,
Chip. They're going to lose 3 in a row.
Christ.
All right. So at 5, I have the Titans. At 4, I have the
number
Packers.
4.
At number 3, Reeves?
What? You're at 3?
Yep.
Number 3.
I have the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Number 2.
At number 2, I have the Seattle Seahawks. And lastly,
coming in at number 1.
Number 1, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. The most balanced football team in the NFL. Combs, if you have
100%.
No. I have no problem with your top 5 at all. The Steelers are by far the best team in football. I think they're the best team in the AFC. I don't even think we're going to find out this weekend what the Titans can do against them.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's much. I
think
that the Steelers are better on defense than the Titans. The Steelers are better on offense than the Titans. The Steelers are better than the Titans. The Steelers are the best team in the AFC, and I'm not sure. I think Kansas City is the only team that can give them a run, but that defense is so good, it would not surprise me if they shut down Pat Mahomes in that offense.
And the big thing is that I talked about this on Buck's show earlier too, is that, the depth that they have at every position except for quarterback is it's crazy. You have the running back depth, you have the wide receiver depth, when arguably your best wide receiver has been either coming into games and getting hurt. No, I'm not talking about Juju. But you see them filling in these gaps, and it's just crazy. I mean, they are fun to watch. So.
Jay, did you just say
Tennessee's going to win that game?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's an interesting
That's a bold pick.
I wouldn't put any money on it, but
it'd be a good game.
By the third quarter, halfway through the third quarter, nobody's going to want to tackle Derrick Henry. And all that's going to be happening is he's going to be running over them and running over them and running over them. And these little corners are going to start popping up, and these safeties are going to start popping up. And Derrick Henry's going to just toss them out of the building, and he's going to lead them to 6-0.
Derrick Henry's a beast.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry's a beast.
I like that.
Hey, you guys remember when before the season, Michael Buckhiser said Derrick Henry was the 7th best running back in the NFL behind Miles Sanders and Le'Veon Bell?
He has some hot takes, that's for sure.
The same guy that said that the Cowboys weren't trash 2 weeks ago when I tried to tell him they were trash.
Oh, man. Jay's holding on to that, man. Jay's had one good take on the show, and he's hanging on to it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Run with it. Hey,
His
Astros had a run for it. Just short.
Yeah.
They did. They just lost in Game 7.
Reeves, dip into your power ranking so I can go hang out with the wife.
All right, let me dip into them here.
Oh, boy.
They're quite similar. I don't remember what you said because I was busy doing the Echo countdown.
It was a beautiful thing.
I'm pretty sure we have the same number 5. That would be the Tennessee Titans. They might stay there all year. I've been high on them. Diddy's been high on them. Benzie's really been the only one that hasn't, but they continue to prove it and continue to prove it, not only with defense, not only with running, but with Tannehill. He's just been a winner since he's gotten there. And it's good to see a team. Yeah, I mean, he's playing lights out, man.
MVP consideration.
Here's a hot take. Michael Thompson says if the Steelers beat the Titans, they run the table.
I don't know about that either.
A hot take?
You still got to play the Ravens twice, don't you?
That's a high take. That's a high take.
Yeah.
That's sponsored by Sour Diesel.
Hi, Michael.
Jesus.
Hey, man, if the Steelers beat the Titans, man,
they're going to run the table, bro. You got any clear eyes, bro?
A lot of season left there. Thompson coming in at number 4, the Baltimore Ravens. So every week, every week I just like them less and less. Like I love Lamar, but they just don't do it like they did last year. They have all these running back weapons. They're not running the ball very well. His passing is not like it was last year. He's leaving his receivers wide open, overthrowing them. It's like they had this system last year. It was just a well-executed, well-oiled machine. And this year it's like one of the wheels is wobbly and they just don't seem to have that same cohesiveness. So I hope they can figure it out, because they are one of the most, fun teams to watch, and everybody wants to see, Lamar and Patty showdown to get to it. But, they're still 5-1, so you got to give them their respect. One of the best defenses in the league, top 3.
I also think that their offense is kind of their downfall because, like you just said, last year, their offense was so good and so potent. That's what you expected them to come out with this year, and they've kind of haven't picked that up yet, and they've been pretty slow. I mean, they still look good, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's just not what you saw last year. So
I think the big thing to realize is that they're just, Jay, I like that take because you can tell that coaching, they've been exposed.
Right.
If you stack the box on this team and you eliminate the rush, you got to beat you through the air. And that's really something that Lamar doesn't like to do, because if they're run heavy and they're exposing you in the run, then he can throw the ball because he's got wide open targets like Mark Andrews and things like that. But yeah, that's good take. Good take.
And when he does get pressured, you watch him. When they played the Chiefs and even last year in the playoffs, it's like he's one of the best athletes we've ever seen at the quarterback position. But what he doesn't have is the it factor. When it comes down to it, when he needs to win a game, when it's clutch time, when it's time to go get your money, he's not doing it. He's all, it's all for show. It's not for the dough. So
Professor Leonard chimes in and says, Jay is so smart.
Aw. Look, you got a mascot.
That's your number one fan, man. When I say number one, I mean that's your only.
I'm trying to still figure out what he has his degree in, but
yeah.
The guy gives you a compliment and you go and try to burn him.
He wasn't bringing the energy, man. He wasn't bringing the energy.
He's still mad at him. All right, go ahead, Reeves. Number 3.
I got the Seahawks at 3, so they dipped down a little bit. Again, that defense is. I got Steelers at 1 and Patty at 2. Steelers are 5-0. They're undefeated, so they deserve that spot. You got the best defense in the league. You guys touched on it with the depth. That's clutch for teams with the injuries that are going down. You lose a running back, we're just going to slide another one in. And Mahomes, they had a nice win over the Bills. They finally got the rushing, going. The passing game, we all know they can do, but they showed another element. It's like, look, we're going to, run for 169 yards by one of our guys. And now they're adding Le'Veon Bell. We'll see if that dynamic helps and if Le'Veon's got anything left. But, good for them. So fuck
all right,
off.
Benzies. So you let me yell at you. You want me to give you a chance to yell at me?
No, all I want to tell the people is that we got some grease on the game this Sunday. And that's a double or nothing since the Colts beat your Bears to give them their only loss of the season. Yeah. And I think that, unfortunately, this is the downfall of the Bears' season.
Okay.
You're
wrong.
Now.
You're
There's
wrong.
A great
the Bears have owned the Rams.
The
Bears have owned the Rams. They played them the last 3 years. This is a 30 straight year they're playing them. And
I understand.
The Rams haven't been able to score on them in 2 freaking years. What makes you think they're going to be able to do it now?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles doesn't play defense.
That's fine. He technically he could be the best player on the Rams team this Sunday. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nick Foles scores on himself this week. Watch. I'm calling it right now. There will be a pick 6 in this game.
God, I can't wait for next Tuesday. I can't wait for next Tuesday. Hey,
other than that, I really hope that the Vikings go into this bye week and don't heal up and go out.
What are you doing next Monday?
COVID.
I think we should find the halfway point between my house and your house and meet up at the bar and watch the game together.
I don't participate in money bars. But how about this? If you win, I will send you a bottle of your favorite liquor, and you don't get to pick the brand. I'll send you I'll send you something good. I'll send you something good. So if you say tequila, I'll find you something good up here. I'll send you that. How about that?
All right, deal.
Don't pick the brand.
Deal. All right, hey Reeves, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you guys on Twist?
Well, maybe they can find me. I think I'm going to leave here and make an OnlyFans page. So maybe next week I'll let you know where to find me on that. But other than that, you can find us at twistsportstalk.com on all the social media platforms at Twist Sports Talk. We go live on Facebook Saturdays, depending on Benzi's bread route. And the All Access Sportsnetwork.com. Motherfuckers.
Hey, one more time for me, Reeves. What's the name of the show?
Twist.
That echo is dope, though. I dig that. We're gonna need that on the show.
All right, boys. All right, I love you guys. Good shit tonight. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Take it easy, guys.
All right, man. Those guys are something else, man. They get me freaking riled up.
Is your blood pressure down yet?
No, man. No. So listen.
You need a sugar test? What?
What did you guys think about the top? Did you think that his top 10 was all right?
Which top 10?
Top 5 was all right.
Benz's.
I mean,
so yeah, the Bears, Saints, Bills, Bucks, and Ravens are the bottom half, 6 through 10.
It wasn't horrible.
So I got Rams, Bucks, Bills, Bears, Packers in my bottom 6 through 10.
All right, so I have the Cardinals at 10, the Bills at 9, the Packers at 8, the Bucks at 7, and the Bears at 6.
Wow.
So I mean, we kind of just got our Bucks, Bears, and Packers mixed up.
Yeah. Well, look, the way common sense.
I
right?
see where you're. I see
the
where
Bears
you're coming at.
The Bears are 5-1.
Absolutely.
The Bears beat the Bucks, and the Bucks beat the Packers, and it's a week by week ranking. So you can't say right now that the Packers are better than the Bucks because the Bucks beat the Packers, and you can't say the Packers are better than the Bears because the Bears beat the Bucks, and the Bears are in first place in the same division.
You can look at it that way, but I'm going to look at it from a point of let's put the Packers against the Bears.
You're going to put the Packers
now.
against the Bears twice.
Yeah,
I know. We'll see that. But right now,
okay.
I got the Packers.
You think the Packers are going to smoke the Bears, Jay?
Yes, I do.
Do you know how many?
I think they split.
So this is the same Packers team.
So how many?
It's the same Packers team that they had last year. They scored 17 total points on the Bears last year in 2 games. What makes you think they're going to come and just blow them out?
They will split, but that's about the best case scenario.
They're going to lose. The Bears are going to lose both of those games.
Professor Leonard says, "Wow, give compliment and come back with a put down. Nice, Jay. Way to be a bully, Jay.
That wasn't a put down.
You're being a bully, Jay.
I wasn't at all.
Man, look, man.
He just has not informed me what his degree is actually in. It's just a wonder.
Professor Leonard, here's how I was taught to deal with bullies, man. They start bullying you, you punch them in the damn mouth. Don't let this kid get away with it. Come back with one, Tim. All right.
See that?
So we're going to take a quick break.
Flag behind me?
We're going to take a quick break.
Don't tread on me, motherfucker.
Oh, man.
You might want to think before you do that.
Hey, he's got some friends. All right. So
invite them all.
Chip Cannon, 5-0. 5-0 what?
He's yet to tell us who his team is. Jay, and obviously you missed Sunday's show, but this guy was going at Combs pretty hard.
Yeah, and he won't tell us who his team is.
He'll talk his smoke, but he won't give us his team.
That's because it's like the Dolphins or...
I love his profile pic and emoji. I mean, he can't even put his own picture.
Pretty sweet. The thing is pretty sweet.
I don't know. I don't know.
Is that what you do, Combs, to get all those pretty ladies on the date websites?
Strikeout Beer checking in from the World Series. These guys are at Game 1 of the World Series right now, sitting in the stadium, checking in with us.
I hope they catch a foul ball off the head.
No, about to watch the Rays win Game 1.
About to watch the Dodgers.
The worst thing that the Dodgers could have done was start Clayton Kershaw in Game 1. Why?
To watch the Dodgers.
No, you got to get his start over with, so you know what you're going to get out of him.
Right?
Yeah.
But no, if he shows up tonight,
he'll be looking down at the ground by the time the night's over.
Just don't bring him out of the bullpen, and you'll be okay.
All right, we're going to get to some baseball talk here in a minute. We're also going to get to Chris Jameson of Three Guys Sports Breaks, the stuff that you guys see in the background, all the signed stuff that I get, signed memorabilia. He runs the rooms. It's him, Michael Thompson, and a couple other guys that run the rooms over there, and they do a great job. So we're going to have him come on the show, and he's going to end up finding us a winner or 3 winners for our prizes for the 100 subscribers. So stay tuned to that, and you guys will be in here in just a few moments, and we'll be talking some baseball. We'll be back. Give us about a couple minutes.
closing rap, I hope that you still love me. Cause since you got money, you been acting funny. You put down your backpack and don't write no more. But I still love you and love is worth fighting for.
All right, guys, so we are back. That was Mises with The Purge. That boy, man. Dude, that guy gets me freaking... I just sit there listening to his shit all the time, man. I just shake my head, start laughing because some of the shit that he says. But that boy can bring it, man. All right, so we've got the World Series starting tonight, boys. And all sorts of good things going on in this series. I would have rather have seen Braves and Rays. I think that might have been a more exciting, fast-paced series. But the Dodgers still bring it too. I mean, the Dodgers are still a really good team. We got the two best records in baseball going at it in the World Series. Hoffy, what do the Tampa Bay Rays need to do to beat the Dodgers in this series?
Pitch.
And that they can do with the best of them. I mean, they're probably the deepest pitching staff in baseball.
That's their only chance. But, they got to go against Mookie Betts, Seager, Jock Peterson. I mean, you just got killer after killer after killer coming up in that Dodgers lineup. So, I mean, I know their starters have been getting it done and getting it to the bullpen, but I feel like the key to the World Series here is the Dodgers got to attack the starting pitchers of Tampa Bay because we all know what those relievers can do. So I think, their starting pitching need to continue to pitch like they have been. But I think it's pretty obvious that, Tampa Bay is.
Yeah, those top three starting pitchers for Tampa Bay, man. You got Glass now. You got Hortner, and who's there? The other guy who's starting tonight. It's not Glass now. It's
it's Glass now.
No, it's not.
I thought it was Glass now. Kershaw.
I can't remember. They got the third pitch, but they've got three starting pitchers that are going to be really tough to get to. Snell, there you go. I think that those top three, the thing that's going to help the Los Angeles Dodgers here is going to be the fact that there's no off days, and just like it helped Houston get back into it, just like it helped the Dodgers get back into it against the Braves, because the Braves just ran out of pitching. They couldn't throw anything at you anymore, and that was the problem that they ran into. So I don't know.
And the Dodgers pitching starting to look, starting to come together, and Jansen's starting to look like, like the Jansen of old.
Yeah. So the key for me for the Rays is definitely the starting pitching. Jay, what's your key for the Dodgers to go ahead and get this one?
I mean, you could easily, that's what I thought too. I thought Glasnow was starting, but you could easily say pitching. I mean, pitching is everything when it comes down to this point in time in the in the playoffs, especially in the World Series. But I think if you're the Dodgers, you need to pull out the bats. I mean, you got Betts, you got Belanger, you got Peterson, Seager, you got Smith. I mean, that's a killer lineup right there. And I mean, as good as Tampa Bay's pitching is, I mean, just think of that lineup. There's a lot of killers in that lineup, So, yeah. I mean, I think the Dodgers need to pull out the bats. They need to stay well ahead of Tampa because
don't sleep on that Rays offense now, though. The Rays can score with you.
They can score, but I mean, they've been winning a lot of their games by 3-2s and games like that. So I mean, I haven't seen the offense out of them. Not as much as per se the Dodgers, but I think if you're the Dodgers, you just need to have those bats out, willing and ready. And like Hoffy said, the Rays do have great starting pitching, so I think that you need to beat up on their starters because, once again, like Hoffy said, that their closers and their relievers are definitely the key to their pitching staff. So,
yeah, absolutely. No, look, I think this is going to be a great series. I think this one's going 7. I think it's going 7, and I've got the Rays in 7. Who do you got, Jay?
I got to go with the Dodgers here. I just don't think that the Rays have enough offense. I mean, don't get me wrong, they can score, but I just don't think they have enough offense to run with the Dodgers.
My son chimes in and says, "You're only saying Dodgers because the Rays beat your Astros."
No, because that's what I truly believe, and they're not necessarily my Astros. I would have just liked to see the storyline.
Hey, you claimed them. They're your Astros now.
All right, I'll take them, but I'll take them this year. But
Hoffy, who you got?
I got the Dodgers in 7. As painful as that is to say, being a Boston fan, I mean, you'll agree with me. I don't want to see an LA team win jack diddly shit.
No,
never.
Except for the GOAT and LeBron James. But other than that, no. I think the Dodgers' offense is just too much, and they get it done in 7. And I wouldn't be surprised even if they go down 2-0, because their offense is just that good.
The key for the Dodgers to win is shut the computer off and let the players play. Leave the analytics at home. Hey, Jared, I'm a big proponent of letting the players play as well. But the numbers would tell you that the analytics do work. I mean, Billy Beane would tell you that the numbers work, and the A's are the reason why the numbers work. The A's
Look at the
come in
Rays
every
They're
year.
copying the A's.
Yeah, they don't. They what is it? The Dodgers' top 2 paid players make what the Rays players make as a team.
What
So-
they owe Betts and Kershaw,
Yeah.
completely is what they owe their entire Tampa Bay Devil Rays team.
Right, exactly. So I'm okay with the analytics and manage how you manage, especially when you're the Dodgers, because I hope the analytics blow up in your face and I hope they beat you. So I'm absolutely okay with that. Tim
I want the
Lawrence
Rays to win
in
100%, but
Look,
So I think
said-
I
Go
think that the analytics and all that stuff only lead you so far. Like, you see the Rays every year. Yes, they're a good team. Yes, they make the playoffs. But then they get to the DS and they always lose. So, it's just.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, they've been to the World Series in prior years. They don't win every year. I mean, the Rays are
they haven't
are
won,
what they are, and they don't pay their players once they get past their rookie deals. They don't really re-sign their guys, especially their top paid guys.
And they're only hitting 200 as a team, though. So I mean, they got to step that up. I mean, they're not going to be able to do that against the Dodgers and win.
So Tim says Rays in 6. I said that if this was a normal series where we actually had off days, I actually would have picked the Rays in 5 because they could set up their pitching staff the way that they
Absolutely.
wanted.
Absolutely.
With it being every day back to back to back, I think that the Dodgers could sneak in there and get 3 games. But Rays in 6 wouldn't surprise me either. I got Rays in 7. Jared says I agree. What's that?
It's the first World Series played on a neutral site.
Yeah, I agree, but the Dodgers read too much into it. They should have.
Like Jay says, it's a coin toss.
The past 5 years. Yeah. LA relies too much on the home run ball, like Tampa Bay, that plays better small ball, moving runners. In addition, Tampa Bay have better starters, but LA have better closers. Look, LA can play small ball with you.
Yeah, absolutely they can.
I feel like the Dodgers can absolutely play small ball. Mookie Betts is good at it. I mean, you got Turner. Turner's amazing.
Fuck him.
The Dodgers beat the Braves because they could play small ball with them. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so, look, they
only had that one game where they broke
I know
out.
they just beat your Braves, Tim Leonard. I know they just beat your Braves. I'm rooting with you for the Rays, but I think the Dodgers are a good team. So, all right. So we talked earlier. We hit the 101 subscriber mark on YouTube. We're going to be joined by Chris Jameson of 3 Guys Sports Breaks here. So without further ado, Chris, how's it going, buddy?
Good. How are you doing, man? What's up,
man? I am
What's up,
living the
Bob?
dream.
Jay?
So, Chris, why don't you tell the people a little bit about what 3 Guys Sports Break is, what it does, what you guys are all about?
So what we're all about getting memorabilia up to you guys. And the way we do it as a break. And what a break is we take, you'll see them right behind me there. There's a bunch of helmet boxes. And we take and we divide it up into 32 spots. So everybody that joins in, they get a team. And once we have all those spots filled, so we'll get 32 tickets out to you guys. Each ticket resembles a team. And when we go and open that box, if your team comes out of there, you take that piece home. And that's pretty much what a break is. It's so that way you're not spending $400 on a helmet. You might be able to get that helmet for, say, $13, $12, or whatever.
And guys,
whatever we're lining it at.
Yeah, and for you guys at home that are into sports memorabilia collecting like I am, it is a great room to get into. I mean, you've got all sorts of people. The guys that are in this room, man, are just great people. They come together when you need them. They'll talk to you. They'll create stuff, and it's always fair. And it's fair prices. It's fair stuff. I won a Denver Broncos Peyton Manning throwback helmet a couple weeks ago, and I bought one spot in the thing and forgot all about the break, and I didn't even watch. And then I had 15 messages. Hey, what are you doing with the Manning? I said, what Manning? What are you talking about? I don't have a Manning. They're like, oh, I guess you didn't see the video yet. I'm like, what video? And they're like, you were in the break. I was like, oh my God, I forgot. So, guys, the stuff is absolutely phenomenal. One of the things we're giving away today actually came out from Chris. It's the Philip Lindsay. It is a replica. That's one of the things that's not a Broncos fan because he has to deal with them all day at work.
If I win that, I'm taking a piss in it and giving it to my boss. Sorry, CJ.
Here, this Lance Briggs throwback actually came out of Chris's room as well. That's one of the ones that I keep up there. I got a Fernando Tatis Jr. jersey out of this guy. I got a Saquon Barkley certified rookie jersey out of his room. I've gotten so much stuff out of this room, guys. And
Don't
I'm
forget
just telling
what's on the way in the mail right now.
Oh yeah, I just won
that
yesterday.
Was pretty. That was pretty.
Yeah, a Chrome Redskins signed by all three of their Super Bowl MVPs: Joe Theismann, Doug Williams, and Mark Rippon.
Yeah, that thing is beautiful. That's a
Combs,
beautiful
I'll give you
helmet.
$50. $50,
Yeah,
Combs.
yeah. At about
$17.95.
All right, $59. Come on.
All right,
Ginger
CJ.
discount.
CJ, so you're a football guy, right?
Yes. Yes.
Were you listening to the show when we just went through the power rankings and I was yelling at the guys from Twist?
I caught the very end of it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Are the Bears right now a top 10 team in the league?
With their record, you have to give them that.
Right, and with their record, but also with their defense and the way that they're playing. I mean, you're winning the games that are in front of you, correct?
You homer. Stroke your own fucking dick, why don't you?
Will you agree? Will you agree with my take, please? This is the take that I had earlier. Will you please agree with me?
Combs, do you suck your own
Hey,
dick?
I'm just trying to get a third-party opinion here, guys.
And they
What's
said
going
to you,
on?
yeah, they should be in the top 10 because of their record, not because
Right.
of Foles. not
Ethan
because of
Bender
their
agrees
defense.
with me.
I
Ethan
do.
Bender's smoking rocks.
I do like
Yeah.
the addition of Folds to the team. I like that. That should help them a lot. I do like their defense. They're not bad. They're not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, they're really good.
I give them a top 10. Yeah, I would say they have to be up there. They've been
Yeah, but
playing
what number?
pretty decent.
What number in the top 10, CJ?
10.
10.
Yeah,
Hey, I didn't ask him that question.
9.9.
But I had to bring
So,
it up.
CJ,
I had to.
who's your team?
Yeah. 49ers. I'm a Niners fan.
You're a Niners fan, okay?
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go, baby.
All right. Hey,
Niners, baby.
they look good against
Jimmy G.
they look good against the Rams.
Yeah, they actually. I was very surprised. I was scared to watch that game. I wasn't sure if Jimmy was going to be playing or not. And you know they're riddled with injuries right now, so
Yeah,
didn't
and it's
know
funny
what was
watching
going
that
to
team
happen.
beat the Rams, and then they come at me with, "I'm crazy for thinking that the Bears are going to beat the Rams this Monday." Watching that Niners team beat the Rams and not think that the Bears have a chance is insane.
All you're going to see
You're
on
right.
Sunday,
You're absolutely right.
all you're going to see on Sunday is that big number 99 laying all over Foles.
Well, I
That's
don't see
the thing.
that on Sunday because they don't play till Monday. But
Oh, I'm sorry, Monday.
If they can't stop him, if they can't stop Donald, then you're screwed. You're done.
well,
That's game
I mean,
over right there.
You're going to double team Darnold, but you're going to
You can
Or
double
Donald,
or triple
I mean.
team him. You can double or triple team him. You're just going to be hip tossing people.
I agree, but that's the one guy that you have to game plan for. That's the only guy on that defense that really scares you is Aaron Donald.
Yeah, but that's enough right there.
Yeah, but I mean the
is
Bears.
enough.
Bears got Khalil Mack. They've got Akeem Hicks. They got the his name's going to
Former
escape me
Patriot.
right now, but the kid that they got out of
Hey, Combs.
Dallas.
Their defense is better than your defense in every category.
Yes, it is. It is.
Statistically, yeah, probably. They've also played a tougher schedule. The Bears haven't put up the numbers because they haven't played against.
They've had to
anybody
play
yet.
the Bills. I mean, you know,
So
they've,
that
they've
does
both
not make
had
That's
their-
what I'm saying. That's
They
what I'm
haven't-
saying. The
they
Niners
haven't
should
put
have
up the
better numbers because they played
haven't
against better
played
teams.
anybody.
No, I'm talking about the Rams defense.
Oh, the Rams defense.
Oh, yeah.
is
the
better
Rams.
than your defense in every category.
Yeah, till Monday.
Key is, though, the Bears need to get their run game going. If they can't do that, they're
That's
in
the
trouble.
offensive line. The Bears haven't been able to run the ball. They haven't been able to run the ball for about 5 years now. Their offensive line is absolutely garbage when it comes to run blocking, for sure. Absolutely. And that's why I think Foles was the perfect addition to the Bears, is because I think Foles is a game manager. I think he does just enough to help a really good defense win ball games. And
What about
that's why
Cam
I
Newton?
like Foles on the Bears.
You want his contract over Cam Newton's, and
No, I don't. Of course, I don't want his contract. Oh, that's like saying, okay, well, yeah.
well, which one would you
so-
prefer?
so-
Because he was there.
So you're happy? Well, of course I wanted Cam Newton. I wanted every guy that was available other than Nick Foles. But
Did
Nick
you say
Foles
Cam
is what
Newton
we
was
got.
trash?
Andy Dalton? You wanted Andy Dalton?
Remember earlier when he was saying that Cam Newton was trash?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I
But
didn't say he was
I'd
trash.
rather have Cam-
I said Cam Newton, what we saw against Denver is the Cam Newton that you're going to see for the rest of the year. He's closer to the guy you're going to see for the rest of the year than the guy you saw in the first 2 weeks.
The team had
is what
one
I
practice in 2 weeks. They lost to Seattle on the goal line. They lost to the Chiefs.
And if any team would have been able to handle that, it would have been a Bill Belichick coach team.
All right, and we're still, week 8, week 9? There's still
All
a
right.
lot of season left.
Absolutely.
Well,
There
the
is
Patriots-
still a
the
lot of
Patriots-
season.
And it's
left.
the Bills. It is the Bills we're talking about, too.
Michael Paris, love your never-ending defense of the Bears. Till I die. You're a
That's a
Canadians
true
fan,
fan.
Michael. You know what this is. You're a Canadians fan.
That's
Defend
a true
them
fan
till
right
you
there.
die.
Holding
But
on
at
to
any
the
rate-
85 season.
So, Tim, Chris, you've got your
A nice one.
own
dumbass.
line of memorabilia coming out, right? So you've got like all sorts of stuff that you're doing. You've got your own full-size breaks, your own
Yes.
jersey
Yeah.
breaks, that type of stuff that you're doing
Yeah.
now, and you're kind of expanding it, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'm doing mini helmets. These are my own lines. I work with a guy that's out there. He's getting fresh ink on these things for us. So he's going out and collecting as much as he can. He goes one side of the country to the other side of the country, getting those signings done for us. He's doing a great job filling these boxes for us. And it's just the product is just getting better and better as we're going along with working with him. So we have, like I said, we have full sizes. We have mini helmets. We got some footballs. We have the jerseys. And we
You
just
got any cool headliners coming up?
cool headline is coming
Come
up.
on, break some news for me, Chris.
I actually don't have anything right now because we're still working through the current stuff we have. So he hasn't
COVID,
told me.
yeah.
No COVID. Current. The current
Oh,
series
current.
we have right now.
Fucking clown.
So he has
Working
not
through
let
the
me
COVID?
know what's going on. On
Right.
what we have. It's like me open one big break box when I get my box of inventory from him because he doesn't tell me what he's sending. He just sends a big ass mystery box to me, 36 mini helmets all in one box, and I open it up and it's like Christmas morning.
All right,
Yeah.
so I have a lot of fun in your rooms. If you guys have not checked it out yet, check out Three Guys Sports Breaks. Just unbelievable room on Facebook. Get in there, get yourself some gear. I'm in there all the time. Tim Leonard's in there all the time. A lot of the guys here on the show are actually in there a lot. So definitely check it out, and we'll get to
Yeah.
that. So, Chris, we've got a thing that we've been running. We've been trying to get to 100 YouTube subscribers, and we finally hit the mark yesterday. It's been about a 3-month battle trying to get to 100, but we finally got to it. We got our own URL now on YouTube, so it's easier to find Triple Shot Sports on YouTube because it's just youtube.com/Triple Shot Sports now, as opposed to, whatever it was before, youtube.wzgkxhj, whatever it was. So it's a lot easier now. So I told these guys I was going to give away some of my stuff. Chris, can you believe this? I'm giving away some of this stuff, and tell these guys that this is not, this is actually some monetary value in this stuff.
Oh,
Except for
it definitely is.
CJ signed it himself.
Nope, we have certificates of authenticity on every item.
That's
I
right.
can type that shit up too,
I know the person who makes those.
Oh, boy.
Some of these
Yeah,
guys'
you.
signatures, your 5-year-old son could probably make these signatures.
Hey, some of them I'm like,
Some of them
who the
are
hell
beautiful,
signed that
though.
one. Yeah, some of them are. Some of them are really nice.
Yeah.
I got one from you. I got the Gale Sayers one from your room as well. The Bears Gale Sayers, and
Yeah.
it's right on the middle of the 4. I mean, and with him just passing away, I mean that's going to be a beautiful.
Yeah,
Once
you
I get
hang
my
on to
man
that.
count completed, that's going to be a beautiful one in the frame for sure.
Another horrible Bears player.
You said you have that on the floor? That's about where it belongs. Maybe in the toilet while you're at it.
Should use it for
these guys.
number 2
This is
sauce.
what I deal with every day, CJ. This is what I deal with. All right. So, CJ, you're going to run a randomizer for us here and get us 3 winners. So are you about ready to do that?
So, yeah, what I was thinking, because so we don't have to use the cell phone.
Yeah.
I'm just going to swing. I'm going to move my camera. I'm going to put it in front of my monitor so we can see
Perfect.
that.
Absolutely.
See that screen right there. Are we doing just one in the top 3, or how are you doing?
So it's going to be the top 3 names are each going to win a prize.
All right. So
the top 3 names, and I'm going to let them pick in order. So.
All right. So I'm going to move my camera. We're going to have a little mess here.
All right. Here we go, guys. Little drum roll.
Hey, Bob the Builder, settle down, Bob the Builder.
Hey, go tell your wife to start building that headboard again. We'll get drum roll.
All right, so there we go.
We need another one.
Let me shrink that down. Well, that should be all right. Can you see that all right?
Yeah, it's a little blurry.
Yeah, I don't know if we can fix that.
Okay.
That's just camera on monitor.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. It's better now.
All right. So there we go. There is our giveaway right there. This is what we use to run all of our, like when we're handing out the random teams and stuff. This is the program. This is the site we use. It's random.org. It is a third-party system that does this for us, where you can't beat the system as far as I know. This is the safest way to do it, most trustworthy way. We pay these guys to have our accounts on here, so that way everything is verified.
Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, listen. So he's going to run this randomizer. It's going to get a dice roll or whatever, right?
Yeah,
roll.
We're going to do this just like we do in the room. We're going to use 2 dice. We'll roll 2 dice. 5 or better is what we will use.
All right. So then after the round, the top 3 names that come up, I'll write them down. You guys go ahead and send me a message. Let me know which of the items you want. We have the Philip Lindsay helmet. We have the Michael Vick jersey. And we had the, crap, I can't remember what the other prize was right now off the top of my head. It was it was one of the other jerseys. But at any rate, you guys go ahead and pick those in order, 1 through 3. So go ahead, Chris. Let's find us a winner.
All right, here we go. Kind of can't. I'll move this just a little bit. So there's my dice roll right there. So as you can see, that is a 4. So we're going to re-roll that.
Oh, it was a Lou Brock jersey was the 3rd one.
All right, there we go with the 12. So we're going the max rounds on this one.
Oh, boy.
All right, so let's bring this back down just a touch. It's not my normal setup. I usually run another third-party program so I can have everything on one screen. But all right, here we go. 12
Good
rounds.
luck, everybody.
There's round 1. We have Michael, Kevin, and Bruce. Round 2 is going to be John, Michael, and Sean. Round 3.
Round 2.
Kevin, Tim, and Mitch. Round 4, Chad, Jared, and Derek. Round 5, we have Bruce, Brent, and Isaac. Round 6, Kevin, Darren, and Alan. Round 7, Noah, Michael, and Chad. Round 8, Brandon, Darren, and Debbie. 9, Tim,
Professor
Ayla, John. Round 10, Sean, Michael, and Alan. Round 11 is going to Mark, Derek, and Michael. Here comes our final round. This is round 12. This is the one that counts. Our top 3 is going to be John, Tim, and Derek. So congratulations to the winners.
All right. So we got John, Tim, and Derek. You guys get to pick an order. Look, you guys, I know John, I know Tim, and I know Derek a little bit. You guys are guys who are always in here chiming in. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate everybody who's watching the show, everybody who's subscribed on YouTube. All of you guys are bringing this thing so much further than what I could have ever imagined it at the start. And I know Soup Boss expresses those as well. He wishes he could be here. He's stuck with the whole work thing, so he comments when he can, but he's still a big part of the show behind the scenes. He's still helping get all the YouTube stuff going and all the other stuff. So, stay with us, and Soup Boss will be back here pretty soon to join the team again, and it's going to be fire again for sure with me, him, Hoffy, and Jay. So you guys definitely, we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you guys so much. Chris, thanks to you, buddy. Thanks for coming on and doing this for us. We appreciate it. One of the things I enjoy most about your rooms, I don't know if you know this, I think I've told you this before, but it is the way that you butcher the names when we win our baseball items. This guy knows the names for football guys, but when he does his baseball breaks, it's and it could be an easy one too. Like it's like, who was the one? Oh, Tim Raines, and he's like, this is a beautiful jersey. It's that Tim Raines. Tim Raines. That's my favorite part all the time. My girlfriend's always watching with me, and she's like, it's so funny listening to him.
Oh my word! As much as I try, it just doesn't work. I am the butcher, slinging that knife every which way. I will cut those names up, and it is just it's just me. That's me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Chris, thank you for everything that you do in that room, man. You guys run a great room. You guys run a great ship, and I love every second of it. That's why I'm still there and not in other rooms that I used to be in. You guys do everything fairly. You guys got great prices, and I appreciate all the stuff that you guys do. So keep up the good work, buddy.
You, man.
And I'll definitely see you. I'm sure we got a break coming up soon, a full size or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, one more question to stir the pot: is Foles ever going to get a Brady handshake?
No. And you know why? Because he's going to beat him in the NFC title game this year, and Brady's going to be pissed.
And he's going to walk off the field.
No, he's going to smash him in the first round, and he's still not going to shake his hand after beating his ass. Just to prove a point.
Oh, my God.
Bears aren't even going to make the playoffs.
Michelle says, thanks, CJ. I think so Michelle is my
She's
girlfriend.
Just happy to get rid of the Vic jersey.
She's just, we own a pit bull, so ever since that you sent me that Vic jersey, she's been telling me to get it out of the house. So I finally got it out of the house, so she is extremely excited. Somebody is taking the Vic jersey, just not sure who. Nice. But we'll figure that out here soon. So thank you for doing that again, buddy. Have a good one.
And, anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good one, TJ. Oh, yeah, the real show.
Yeah, I'm the host. The host is with the most this Hoffy. See, he knew that he had to, take himself off after all that crazy bear talk he was just talking.
I took myself out of the room.
Yeah, I was the hostess with the mostest.
About the only smart decision he's made all night.
All night long.
Oh, my God.
All night long.
Stephen Jean chiming in from overseas. What is going on, sir? Thank you, sir, for your service. We got Veterans Day coming up here soon.
Thank you, sir.
Look, you guys, I mean, there's obviously a difference between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Veterans Day is the day for all of us veterans and for active duty as well. We love everything that you guys are doing over there. Especially me and Jay, we know what you guys are going through. We know the lives that you guys are living, and we love you every day for it. So come home safe, Steven, and have a safe tour.
Yes, sir.
And thank you for joining the show from overseas as well. That's it's amazing. So
much respect.
Tim Leonard says, "Wow, the show just got better without Combs."
It's a fact.
Hey, look, Tim is still reeling from the fact that he was getting beat up, and he finally came back this week and took 2 out of 3 with Buffalo last night, losing by more than 4. That Buffalo game last night, guys, I don't understand. So when Buffalo scored that last touchdown that they scored, why didn't they go for 2? Because that way, Kansas City's pushing the ball on you. So if they push the ball on you and they do get it down there and they kick a field goal, you're still within 1 score.
Right.
And whether or not you go for 1 or not, if you miss the 2-point conversion, you're going to be down by 2 scores anyway. So why didn't they go for a 2-point conversion there to bring it to a 1-score game? like, can anybody else tell me why a guy who does a podcast at home is the only one saying, "Hey, you guys should really go for 2 here because the math adds up."
It's terrible, the game management of some of these, professional paid coaches. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. My Bears coach there, he's been awful with clock management in the stretch. Like, you go down to the last 2 games where they've been in final minutes of drives trying to get guys to the other team to use their timeouts, and you're passing the ball on 2nd and 3 with a minute to go and 2 timeouts in the lead. Like, I don't understand
trying to run
clock management stuff. So
trying to run the clock, beat basketball.
Steven says 10 months down, 3 more weeks till I come home. That's great news, Steven. It's better with Soup Boss. Oh, Jay and Hoffy. And Hoffy.
I'm signing off. I'm out. Fuck this.
I'm out of here, bro. You're lucky.
He'll be back.
See, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, he'll be
back. The fact is we all know the show's better. We all on this show know the show's better when I'm here.
He needs this job. So what I'm going to do is when he comes back in, I'm just going to leave him backstage for a little bit. All right? We'll just keep going, pretend like we lost him. We'll just leave him backstage for a little bit. He'll be back. Tim Leonard chimes in. Night guys, 8 a.m. class. Be well, except for Jay. You fired shots at him, Jay. I don't blame him. You fired shots.
He came on the show. He didn't bring the energy. He just stared at us like this. You can't just do that, man. Got to bring that energy.
Steven says it's the only time I get to see my brother. So this is Soup Boss's brother as well.
Oh, that's why the show is better.
Yeah, but I didn't want to tell Huffy that because he left. Oh man! All right, so let's see here. We talked some baseball. We did talk NFL. Let's take a quick break, Jay, and then when we come back, we will do some way or no way. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right, man. We will be right back. Give us a couple minutes.
Yeah, man.
First time I ever wrote, I wanted to kill myself. And when I was finished writing, I felt better. So the next time I felt like that, I wrote. And I wrote again and again and again. And eventually I showed people, close friends, and they were like, "What are you doing with this shit? This shit is sick as fuck." And I was like, "Bro, I'm sick as fuck. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like, why would I want to show somebody that shit? I ain't here to fuck around. I don't run around with these clowns in the underground. I'm gonna put it down. You are now about the way this sickness I hear from you until now. Talking about you gonna make a better record than a record that I'm making you mistaken. I don't think you understand the levels to the shit, and I'm on levels you ain't never make it. Elevate, never take a take for granted. For playing it, for pop the panic. My love for rap so romantic. It hurts my first, that's volcanic. Hot as hell, but not satanic. In fact, I am fucking at it with these faggot ass rappers who just the crock. I let me at them. Just so I get away, ready to hit a day like an enemy to hit a day. Yeah, I'm heavyweight with a feather on the pen and a game for a featherweight. Yeah, better get this one to everybody. Told me quick, cause they think that I never make it, never hate. Straight facts, all that I ever say. Every day, lay back, stay back, I ain't playing. Fighting for my life, for my whole fucking life. Turn the beat up, drown the noise out every fucking night. It's time to deal with the voices in my head again. But how you supposed to heal when your sickness is your sedative? Music, every day, right? No shit, no shit, no shit, so sick. You could call it music. Every day, right? No shit, no shit, no shit, so sick. You could call it music. Started off so nice at first. Pick me up when I write a verse. But some of things went very wrong. Cause without you, I can't carry on. I don't believe you, how do I need you? When all you do is destroy me. Promises that you'll employ me. Emptier than my refrigerator door. You're loyal to you. Screw you and the voodoo hex. You put on me. Exes always leave all because of you. All you ever do is ruin everything. Who would ever think it would come to this? Man, I'm done with this toxicness. But I'm so in love with this. Who I'm kidding, I ain't never gonna quit. Sick, feeling sick, this ain't healing shit. Guess I deal with it like everybody else. Saying fine and just keep it to myself. I ain't lying, I really need some help. Got him crying out, save me from this hell. Fighting for my life, for my whole
All right, that means it is time for our favorite game.
No way. Yes way.
It is way or no way. I gotta get that. Eventually, I'll get that timing down, and I'll figure out something to say so that the clip doesn't sound so weird. But all right, so it looks like Hoffy is taking that to heart, and looks like he is not coming back tonight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Hoffy, bro.
All right, so let's go on here. Way or no way. Couple things that I've been thinking about as we go here, and we talked about this earlier with how bad the Dallas Cowboys are, and the Dallas Cowboys are just, I mean, they're atrocious. They're probably going to win 5, maybe 6 games if they get that far. So this first way or no way here, the Eagles tie game will result in them winning the NFC North on win percentage at 6-9-1. Way or no way? He said, "Oh my God."
Oh wow. I mean, I don't know how to really answer this, honestly.
Is somebody going to be better than 6-9-1 in this division?
Not in that division.
Yeah.
Not in that division.
So then they're going to win the East at 6-9-1.
Yeah. Oh, yes, they will win the East at 6-9-1. Yeah.
I think so too. I think that the Cowboys will finish either 5-11 or 6-10. And 6-10 loses the division to the 6-9-1 Eagles. So, I mean, you'd have to win 7 games to beat them. And I don't see it happening. I see the Eagles sneaking this one out. And how gross is it that the 6-9-1 Eagles are going to host a playoff game?
Host a playoff game.
You're going to have a 10-6 or 11-5 or possibly even a 12-4 team
that has to
go
to the
6-9-1 Eagles.
They have to travel to that trash hole.
That is atrocious, man.
That's horrible. It's horrible.
Sorry for off topic, but new Vic 30 for 30 is on. Would he have been better off in this era or the era he played? Ooh.
That's a good
That
question.
Is a good question, man.
And I think that I think he'd be better in this era.
Yeah, I would
he'd
say
be
so
a lot
too.
better in this era because the coaching has actually got to the point where they actually build around you know the player. You know, they'll go get a coach for the specific player. Like for instance, Arizona went and they got Kingsbury, but they went out and they got Kyler Murray because they knew that he could run that air raid offense. You know what I'm saying? So now they're doing that opposed to there he is.
Back.
You know what? A brother of mine told me that when you get bullied, you punch him in the mouth. So this is my show, and I'm here to stay. Let's go.
So after you left, Hoffy, Steven chimed back
worry.
in.
I had it in. I had it on
just
the phone.
Yeah, okay. So Steven is Soup Boss's brother. So
I know.
But anyway, so Jay, you want to go ahead and finish your what you were saying about Vic?
Oh yeah, so I'm just saying that the coaching gets gets put around the player now, opposed to just the one style of offense that they used to have, or that coaching style didn't like.
Well, plus the rules are more geared towards protecting the
quarterback, and the rules are geared more towards the quarterback, which the way Vic played wouldn't have mattered as much because of the fact that he's always out of the pocket running.
I hate the rule that you can only pitch to 3 batters before without taking out the pitcher. Oh, we're talking football.
So Jared says, would Vic be a better player in this era than he was in his era?
Depends. Jay says is he a fucking douchebag that's going to fight dogs, or is he going to be a civil citizen?
Let's talk about the guy on the field. Let's talk about the player on the field.
All right.
Would the human joystick be better in this era or the era that he played in?
I mean, isn't that Lamar Jackson? But I mean, minus
Vic was way better than Lamar.
I think the only point he's better is the fact that he had more of the it factor. But I think skill wise, they're both right there. But I don't think Jackson has. We see it in the big games. He doesn't have that it factor like I think Vic does. But if you look at overall skills and everything, I think they're pretty close.
I think
James
Lamar
Harvey
Jackson
says
has
this one because defenses can't hit, and
I think
that's
Lamar
the truth.
Jackson,
I mean,
that too.
I'm sorry, good.
Could you imagine if Michael Vick's playing in this era and he's heading out of bounds and he knows you can't hit him, and instead on a dime he turns and goes back upfield? That's what Vic would do to defenses.
But once they leave the pocket, you can hit them unless they go to slide or they're running out of bounds.
If they're running out of bounds, you see all the time. A guy's running out of bounds. He's 2 feet from out of bounds, and the guy's going like this. Now, if you're running 2 feet from out of bounds and you have Michael Vick's speed and the way he could cut and juke, pretend like you're running out of bounds and then cut back upfield, and you're not catching Michael Vick in a dead sprint.
No, never.
So, look, I think Michael Vick would absolutely be a better player in this era.
I think that Lamar Jackson has the better arm, but Michael Vick, is the all-around better athlete. And
Michael Vick could throw a ball over 100 yards.
I'd say the other way around. I'd say Lamar's a better athlete and Vic's a better arm.
You think so?
Yeah,
I know Vic. I know Vic had an arm too. Don't get me wrong. I know Vic had an arm too. But what I'm saying is, maybe
Vic had the fastest 40 time in the combine for any quarterback ever. 4.33.
I'm not disagreeing with his speed. That's what I just said. His speed is.
That's what. I'm talking about. I'm talking about what Hoffy said. I'm talking about what Hoffy said. Hoffy said he disagrees. I think Vic all the way around is better than Lamar. I think he's faster than Lamar. I think he's a better quarterback than Lamar. I think he's got a better arm than Lamar.
I don't think he's as accurate as Lamar Jackson is. I mean, and Lamar Jackson's not even that accurate, but I don't think that Vic had the same accuracy that Lamar Jackson has, what little he does have,
Man, I don't know. A lot of people said that if Vic was a pocket passer, he would have been a lot better in the NFL than he was as a runner.
He had
accuracy.
That was the knock on him in his career, is that if he stayed healthy
and didn't run, and he stayed in the pocket and passed, he probably could have been one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, is what people were saying about him in the pocket and his arm talent. So that's a good question. Thank you, Jared.
No, that was a good question. A very, very good question, actually.
On our next way or no way here.
Better than your Eagles question.
Hey, I agree. And that's the type of stuff that we get out of our fans. That's why we love our fans. That's why we love Jared Parrott on the show. On the next way or no way, Tampa Bay is never a city you ever thought you'd see with an opportunity to celebrate multiple titles in the same season. Way or no way, Hoffy?
Way, but when you got the GOAT there, there's always that opportunity.
Well, they got the opportunity now. The Lightning won the Cup, and the Rays are in the World Series.
Yeah, I don't want it to happen, though, because, I like Soup Boss's flag, City of Champions, and I think that belongs in Boston only. So, yeah, I hope Tampa can fall on their face. I want like I said, I want the Rays over the Dodgers. I don't want any LA team, winning it, but a Dodgers team's going to be tough.
The last great sports city to take 3 out of the 4 champions.
Oh, my God. Now who's the homer that's stroking himself?
You know how it is, Coombs. At least I don't sit here and talk about the Patriots the whole damn show. Like,
you try telling me that Cam Newton is going to get out of this and that these guys are going to be like some sort of winning team.
He is.
They're going to be 7-9.
The Patriots are going 10-6 this year.
You're out of your mind. They're only losing 3 more games. Have you seen their schedule?
Yep. Yeah, they're only losing 3 more games.
They're only losing 3 more games. Have you looked at their schedule?
Pull up their schedule.
I've got their schedule right here.
Shit.
Let's go.
Oh snap. Here it goes.
So they've got San Francisco.
That's
beating them.
Then they've got Buffalo.
That's a win.
Then they got it's not.
Where is it?
They got the Jets. That's
where is it? Hold on. Where
it's in Buffalo. It's in Buffalo.
They're gonna split with the Bills, I think. I think
Okay.
I'm still not sold on Allen, against Bill or against prime time.
I think everybody, and I've even been jaded by the Bills' defense. Like, yes,
their defense
they do have a good defense. Don't get me wrong; they do have a good defense, and on paper, it looks like they should be a lot better. But I always say on paper, but and then you see them on the field, and they just don't play to their potential, or they haven't this year.
Yeah, 23rd total defense, 24 pass, and like 23rd in rush. I mean, you got Cam Newton, and at that time, Sony Michel's coming off the 3-week IR, might even be that week. You're going to have Burkhead, White.
I still think Buffalo's better. I think Buffalo sweeps the Patriots this year. They're going to beat the Jets, so that's a win.
Okay.
San Francisco's a toss-up. I'll give them that. San Francisco's a toss-up, but San Francisco's been surprising even with all the injuries that they've had.
Yeah, but it's not on prime time, so Jimmy G's not going to show up.
That's a dub.
All right. And then you got Baltimore. That's a loss.
That's a primetime game, though. Does Jackson show up?
Oh, my God. Oh, my
Not
God.
necessarily. I don't believe in the Ravens offense like I believed in the Ravens offense last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as automatic as they were last year. They're very sluggish. They're very not.
Last year was an automatic W. This year is a game.
Right.
I think they still beat the Patriots, but I don't think it's. It's
a blowout or
yeah. I think it's a lot closer than you guys give credit for.
But you just said it yourself. It's still a loss. You still think they beat the Patriots?
No, I said I think they do, but it depends. I said which Lamar Jackson shows up. If Lamar Jackson shows up like he did against the Chiefs,
then you got at Houston. Probably that's a close game.
No, come on.
That's a close game. Houston's better than people. Yeah,
it's a close
Houston's
game, but
better than their record too.
That's a win.
Then you got Arizona.
You're not.
Arizona's better than New England right now. Then you get the Chargers, and then you get the Rams.
Are you going to be able to beat the Patriots
Buffalo, New York
with
to close out?
Can you beat the Patriots with 8 completions on 20-something throws, though?
Right.
Who?
Who? Right?
Who are you talking about?
Watch,
the Cardinals?
Did you watch last night's game? 8 completions.
Yeah,
they're not going to.
I watched. Kenyon Drake ran all over him.
And Belichick, what he does better than any coach is takes your best player or the best part of your offense or defense out of the game. And so,
I watched the game last night.
He's going to shut down. He's going to make sure that Kyler Murray does not do anything. He's going to make him throw the ball. And don't get me wrong. Kyler Murray had that one good throw down the middle last night. But other than that, he didn't look that great. He just ran all over him.
I had a 64-point lead in my fantasy game last night. Heading into last night's games, the guy had Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kenyon Drake, and Kyler Murray still to go. 64-point lead, I felt pretty confident. I lost by 12.
Well, because they had Drake and fucking...
And Helaire, and Kyler Murray went for 30 points last night in fantasy.
Yeah.
So
you were saying 2 weeks ago he was,
I'm not a big believer. I'm still not a big believer in Kyler Murray.
But you're going to give him. You're going to give him
right now. Right now, the Cardinals are a better team than the Patriots. So you got to admit that. Right now, they are. They got a way better receiving core. They don't have a better receiving core.
Practice once in 2 weeks. They have absolute. Come on,
DeAndre Hopkins and Fitzgerald.
That's a stupid question. You don't need to ask that one.
But Fitzgerald can't beat you anymore. He just catches the ball.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's not going to run by you. He's not going to do anything like that. But he will catch the ball. Don't get me wrong. The only person you have to worry about on that offense is
Jared Parrott.
Hopkins.
This is what I'm trying to tell people about Cam Newton. It's not the fact that Cam Newton's playing bad. He has no weapons. They're not going to win because they have no offense.
The Patriots are not going to stand pat. They need a receiver. If they go out and get a receiver, then I
think it's the opposite way. I think they trade Cam Newton. I think it's the opposite way. I think they trade Cam Newton and get draft picks.
No.
Their center's hurt. Their offensive line's just absolutely shot.
I think you guys are just holding on.
No. No.
Okay.
In 2020, with what's going on in this season, I mean, I think we can, easily get a wild card. Not easily. I think you can still get a wild card, and then that defense and in the winter and playoffs.
Looking at their schedule, I think that they're 7-9.
You don't think the Patriots are going to be one of the 7 best teams in the AFC?
No,
I give them 9-7, 10-6.
That's
8-8 worst case.
8 at the best.
That's the worst. I think.
No, that's the best.
They lost to the
8-8
Seahawks on the goal line. They're undefeated. They lost to the Chiefs, and then they just lost this past week to Denver after practicing once in 2 weeks. So yes, their offensive line sucks. Their rookies
you could say
need to
you
step
could say
up.
they're
Their
pros.
wide receivers suck.
And you could say they're pros all you want, but they still need to practice, man. They still need to practice.
You're talking about practice?
Practice?
AFC will have a 10-6 team miss the playoffs even with the extra spot.
Yeah,
I agree.
know.
I agree.
And the Cowboys are
Okay.
amazing.
But what has Bill done with a first-round pick that makes you so sure it's going to be a stud? Because N'Keal Harry, Sony Michel, our left tackle that missed the whole first year, and then he's maybe played another 8 games in the past 2 years. I mean, I'm all set with a high draft pick because we're just going to trade it anyways and draft some kid out of Lafayette University.
Like I said, Belichick is not going to lose. I mean, no, he will lose. Don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is he's not going to just
Excellent point, Jared.
Forget about this season.
It's
Titans
the Bills,
didn't practice, and they bent the Bills over.
I'd bend the Bills over too.
We've bent the Bills over for 20 years. I mean, it's nothing new.
Yeah, but that's not this year. I'm telling you right now, you guys are out of your mind. We'll see at the end of the season.
Yeah,
we will see.
When
I still think that
we're 10-6 and we're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
we'll see at the end of the year. We'll see at the end of the year when the Patriots have a better record than the Bears.
We
win this week and then we beat the Bills.
Jay, talk to me off the show. I'm gonna see you money where your mouth is. I'm telling you right now, that's not happening.
Oh yeah, it's definitely happening. You guys are gonna lose 3 in a row.
Okay. I put my house up on it.
Yeah, you're not going to lose 3 in a row.
The Bears are not losing 3 in a row over the next.
They're going to lose the next 3 in a row.
They are not going to lose the next 3 in a row.
Okay.
So they've got the Rams, then they got the Saints, and then
they've
got. No, it's not. Are you out of your?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
And then
so they got. Let's see the next 3 weeks. They got the Rams, the Saints, and the Titans next 3 weeks.
It's potentially 3 losses.
The Titans will be their only loss of those 3 weeks.
I can see them go 1-2. I could see 1-2 out of that.
The Rams are going to beat you guys by. The Rams are going to beat you guys by more than 10 next week.
And if I got to go to Vegas on that, I'm going with 1-2.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
I think they beat the Saints. That's about the only team they're beating.
They're not even beating the Saints.
Yeah, they are.
Michael Thomas will be. Michael Thomas is going to be back here and even by that point, he'll be back.
You guys are really underestimating how good that Bears defense really is.
I love the Bears defense. I don't love their offense. Their offense is
right, but the offense only has to put up 17 points to beat the Rams.
No, they don't.
The Rams aren't scoring more than 13 points.
Are you kidding? Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm telling you right. All right.
Wait, what? What are you talking shit about?
I said the Rams aren't scoring more than 13 points on Monday night.
They're averaging what?
What are they averaging?
25 a game. You say 13. I give them. I give them 18
They scored
minimum.
17 on the Giants. They barely beat the Giants and beat them 17-12. You're telling me they're going to score more than 13 points on the Bears defense? Come on.
But we all know the Rams play to their talent, though, and you got Sean McVay.
No, they don't. The Rams are not a team that plays down to. They're not the Chiefs.
They played the Bills.
Rams are a team. The Rams are a team that play to mismatch advantages, and they don't have any mismatch advantages against the Bears defense. They don't. The Bears defense, the cornerbacks of the Bears are better than every wide receiver they got. Kyle Fuller will shut down every wide receiver on the Rams offense.
The Rams are going to beat the Bears by 10 points.
Nick Foles is going to have a costly, interception or turnover in your own side of the field that's going to give the Rams points.
And Jared Goff is going to throw 3 interceptions.
That defense, That
But
Rams
when he starts
defense
on your
is
own
a lot
20-yard
better
line,
than
it
you
doesn't
think.
matter.
Yeah, you're out of here.
That Rams defense is a lot better than you think.
Giants
Yeah.
are a good team. Just need to put it all together. They about did versus the Rams.
Oh my god.
They got the 12th ranked defense, and they only got one win.
You also said that
year,
the
so
Cowboys were still going 10-6, and the Lions were still going 10-6.
their first round pick off of
And I believe you had the Bears at 5-11, and they're 5-1. So good call, Buck.
Yeah, but they also lost their safety, overall first round pick this year to a broken, leg or whatnot. So I mean,
hey, all of you
They
guys
lost
out there
their
still joining
halfback.
us. Make sure you join me and Buck Heister after the show on the Mike and Mike, or on the Man Hour after dark. It's no
watch
longer
that
Mike and
nonsense.
Mike. It's the Buck and Combs Man Hour after dark.
I hope he fucking smokes you like usual.
Yeah, I hope he does.
He is not. We are actually going to be talking about why are people so hell-bent on talking about who was better between Brady or Belichick. And I said this to you last week or on Sunday, Hoffy. I don't know why that's even a conversation. They helped each other win.
And I don't know how you can.
They are LeBron and Wade or Jordan and Pippen. That's what these guys were. You didn't see Bill Belichick winning with the Browns. You didn't see Bill Belichick winning before he had Tom Brady.
Yeah, I agree. And the only way they would have figured this out is if they moved on and kept Jimmy Garoppolo, and, while Tom was somewhat in his prime, and allow the debate to play out. But you can't.
Would you have wanted to see that as a Patriots fan? Would you have wanted to see trading Tom Brady in his prime?
Yes.
Really?
I was all for keeping Garoppolo and moving on from Tom. I would
Even
have
after seeing what Jimmy G is now?
I guess they made the right decision, but now, their draft picks aren't stepping up. But, at that time, I would have, and we've won 2 Super Bowls since, or 1 Super Bowl since then. But yeah, I'd rather be good for 20 years than good for 4 or 5 years.
You guys realize that Jimmy G was just in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah. And how did Matt...
And he looked like dog crap.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he looked like dog
You know who else
shit?
went to a Super Bowl? You know who else went to a Super Bowl?
Grossman.
Rex Grossman.
I know.
Yeah, but you got Matt Castle, who brings he's 11-5 with that Patriots team in 08 when Brady goes down. So is it really?
I don't understand why it's such a, especially in New England now that Tom's gone. Everybody's like, oh well, it doesn't matter. He was a system quarterback anyway. That's not the truth. I mean,
people want to hold on to Bill's record before he, the first couple of years. And you do have an argument in the fact that, Pete Carroll went 8-8 and then they fired him and then they bring in Bill and they go 5-11. So, people can hold on to that, but just like people are going to hold on to, like me, the 1-9 without Scottie Pippen, it's also about, it's also about the culture and the players around it, and building.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's about the team. I don't think that the Patriots are the dynasty they are without Tom Brady or Bill Belichick.
Absolutely. I think
they needed both of them. It wasn't one or the other. It was together.
They needed each other. But, a lot of those teams that, Brady won on were built on defense, too. You got to remember that as well.
That first dynasty is all defense. And,
it's all defense.
You could give them the second dynasty, but...
So let's get back to the way or no way real quick. We got 2 left. We got the NFC East should be relegated to the XFL.
Yes.
Yes. That's 100% yes. I'd rather bring up Alabama, Clemson, and half of the teams out of the SEC than watch this NFC East play.
Do you think
they are garbage?
Do you even think Dwayne The Rock Johnson wants that dumpster fire?
No.
Doesn't he own the XFL now?
Can you imagine what Dwayne The Rock Johnson would do to one of their owners if they did what Daniel Snyder did?
Rock bottom.
He would rock bottom his ass so quick.
If you smell
the people's elbow.
The people's elbow all
from
over
hell.
him. All right, so Matt Benz, this is the last one. Matt Benz should be relieved of his duties of NFL Power Rankings for the All Access Sports Network.
I got you, Benzie. No.
He absolutely needs to be relieved. Did you see those damn rankings?
It's not that bad. It really wasn't, honestly. Huffy.
His top five weren't bad. I mean,
he's just mad because he had him at number 10. That's it. That's why he's mad.
You're always going to be able to argue.
I'm mad because I'm not just mad because of the Bears. How do you have the Bucs behind the Packers? How do you have the Buccaneers behind the Packers after what they just did to the Packers?
See, here's my thing.
I can't drop them 6+ spots. I didn't have the Bucs in the top 10 to start the week, so how can I do that now?
Just because a team beats a team doesn't necessarily mean that team is better than that team. I don't know if that makes sense, the way I just put it. But
just because they beat them doesn't mean they're better?
Yeah.
If you put them again in the playoffs and Aaron Rodgers doesn't have those costly picks, I think they beat them because Tom Brady is not going to beat that team. Certainly.
Jesus Christ. If he doesn't make the mistakes, they don't win. Well, if he doesn't, no kidding, if he doesn't make the mistakes, they don't. They
Time
win.
out. Tom Brady is not going to beat Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau Field in the winter. I know he played in New England, but we're talking 43-year-old Tom Brady. You're 39. I'd like to see you go out in Lambeau Field and frickin' throw the ball. Not happening.
I couldn't throw the ball more than 15 yards.
Yeah, you probably couldn't throw it 2 yards when it's freaking.
So Michael Buckheiser says the NFC East winner will be in the NFC Championship game. Are you smoking?
He's just trying to get people on his show now.
All right, guys, we're out of time. I'm gonna go yell at Michael Buckheiser now. We are out of time. Thank you guys for joining. 2 our 3 winners. Congratulations. Hit me up on Facebook. Shoot me a message. Let me know which pieces you want. Pick an order. It goes John Sulia, then Tim, then Derek. You 3 pick and let me know which pieces you want. And we will see you guys on Thursday.
He gets
Have a good night, guys.
His stats from Wikipedia or something.
I want that Brady jersey in the back.